This is terrible.
Hey everybody, it's Travis, the Pagan Scholar, and I am here surrounded by my modest library. It's not quite Alexandria, but it's a start. My bookshelf was in serious need of attention, so I took everything out, I put everything in piles, and I'm going to put it all back. So I figured this would be a good chance to give you a tour of my library. Alright, let's get started. In college, I took a class that was called, shit you not, Jewish Mysticism, Magic, and Kabbalah. If you are interested in digging into Kabbalah, like the real stuff, not the watered down occult Kabbalah, I recommend The 13 Petaled Rose by Aidan Steinsaltz, with a Z. The Essential Kabbalah, The Heart of Jewish Mysticism by Daniel C. Matt. And Mystical Concepts in Hasidism by a person with a Jewish name. Shoshet. I don't... Anyways. Moving on to some more familiar territory. Where did it go? This lovely stack. Contemporary Western Pagan Concepts, or whatever. Cartomancy with the Linneman Tarot. This is by Patrick Dunn, and check it out, guys. For Travis. By the way, guys, Patrick Dunn's fucking amazing. He's phenomenal. Like, read his books. Tarot for Writers. I actually really appreciate this book because it's a good primer for tarot cards, and it's also got writing exercises, so that's really cool. I've got some leisurely reading, actually. Not all highbrow scholar stuff. Life of Pi. You guys, I'm kind of a nerd. I'm kind of gay. So I'm kind of a big old gay nerd. Storm Constantine. Wraiththrough? Through? I don't know, but if you like fantasy and you like exploring the boundaries of gender and maybe sexuality, it's a beast, but it's so good. Like, straight up, go for it. Alright guys, this is actually my stack of poem books. Right at the top, Asarakis. This is a journal of gay poets. Issue number 10, on page 51. You might see a guy that you know. Elizabeth Bishop, the High Priestess of Poetry. Robert Lowell, Adrienne Rich, the Empress of Poetry. Oh god, we're only like halfway done. Alright, next I've got my philosophical literature. Not a philosophical text, but a novel or a story that is philosophical. Alright, we'll start with Sartre, the father of all this craziness. The Wall, Nausea, of course. The Devil and the Good Lord. This is actually a play. And then Tête-à-Tête, which is The Tumultuous Lives and Loves of Simone de Beauvoir and Jean-Paul Sartre. Kind of like a soap opera, a little bit, with really smart people in it. Fantastic read. Jean Genet. The Thief's Journal. Miracle of the Rose. Our Lady of the Flowers. And Querelle. It's not for everybody, but it's kind of for me. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people thought Jean Genet was terrible, awful, atrocious, icky, smut, but his writing is phenomenal in that it really exemplifies the existential crisis. I mean, like, if you go out and you read a Jean Genet novel and you're like, wow, this is trash, this is garbage, sorry, it's not the subject matter that I appreciate, it's the way that he examines and appreciates things. My Francophone literature, I've got The Seawall, which is based in French Indochina. Black Shack Alley, which is based in the Caribbean, and Fantasia, which is based in French Algeria. Moving on to the Spanish existentialists, Miguel de Unamuno. He's a trip. He's great. 3 exemplary novels, and Abel Sanchez and other stories. He kind of makes you go, damn. And then, of course, because I am a big ol' nerd, The Legend of Zelda and Philosophy, The Legend of Zelda and Theology, Fashion, Philosophy for Everyone. You get a lot of pop culture and philosophy books. I think they're fucking amazing, because you can find anything. You can find The Simpsons in philosophy, you can find Family Guy in philosophy, you can find Buffy the Vampire Slayer in philosophy. You can find anything. Just look it up on Amazon, and they're primers. They're ways to introduce you into concepts of philosophy. I recommend this to everybody. Like, seriously. Think of something you like, look it up, and philosophy on Amazon, and you can probably find it. Moving forward, this is my modest ancient philosophy collection. It's not all ancient philosophy. Woo! Yeah, Aristotle, on justice, power, and human nature, Thucydides. Cicero, the nature of the gods. A pre-Socratics reader, and there's coffee mug stains. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can. Anyways. Shows how much respect I have for the pre-Socratics. More Aristotle. We're done. You don't need to see anymore. Please don't fall. Please don't fall. Before I was a philosophy nerd, I was actually a language nerd, and I was a French major, and I also studied German. So I have a lot of language books, and books in foreign languages. L'étranger, Albert Camus. I could not in good faith say that I would understand this word for word, but I can paraphrase understand, if that makes any sense. Les mots, the words, mots, Jean-Paul Sartre. Le deuxième sexe, La peste, La chute. Another copy of L'étranger, Notre-Dame des Fleurs by Jean Genet. Oh, I've read it in English. I have not gotten through it in French, but whatever. Anyways. Then I move on to my... I've got more books on French than anybody should have. Do I have any other French books? I don't know. La Force de l'Âge, Simone de Beauvoir. C'est de la prose, random poetry book. Old textbook. Apprentissage du cinéma français. This is, yes, it is an old textbook. Surprise, surprise, hurrah, hurrah. But I took French film in college, and I loved it. And I watched a lot of French movies. It was great. That was my homework. Watch French movies. Watch French films. We have only 3 stacks left. Oh my god. Holy shit. I didn't think this would happen. Okay, so how did I divide this up? Unamuno. Alright, Tragic Sense of Life. Okay, so these 2 are my straight up philosophy books. Here's one. And here is 2. Please don't fall. How many Sartre books? This could be a drinking game. Like, how many times has Travis the Pagan Scholar said Sartre? Every time I say it, you take a shot. Please don't do that. You'll get alcohol poisoning. That would be very bad. No, introducing Sartre. Nietzsche, Birth of Tragedy. Pensionist, Phenomenon of Life. Foucault. Sartre and Genet. Literature and Existentialism, Sartre. Being in Nothingness, Sartre. Basic Writings of Existentialism, Heidegger. Wittgenstein, Lacan, General Subjectivity. That's not existentialism. Oh, okay. So, then we move on to hermeneutics. Richard Rorty, Objectivism, Relativism, and Truth. Beyond Objectivism and Relativism, which is Bernstein. Kind of like science-y something or other. Anyways, Time, Narrative, and History, Carr, and Radical Hermeneutics by John D. Caputo. This is heavy lifting if you are in philosophy. and impossible lifting if you are not in philosophy. So yeah. And finally, my scholarly pagan books. I might actually go through these one by one, hopefully not, but whatever. Alright. Yes. The Handbook of Contemporary Paganism. I checked out this book, or I bought this book for my birthday. You can watch the video here. I lost the dust jacket to this book, but A Community of Witches by Helen Berger. A Sociological Approach. God Against the Gods by Jonathan Kirsch. The Language of Vision, Jamaica Highwater. 7 Theories of Religion. Voices from the Pagan Census, another book by Helen Berger. New Age Religion and Western Culture, Esotericism in the Mirror of Secular Thought by Wouter J. Hungroff. It's a beast. Like, that's a third of my head. Anybody recognize this guy? Triumph of the Moon, Ronald Hutton. Joseph Campbell, The Power of Myth. If you don't know who Joseph Campbell is, guys, just get on Amazon right now. Stop my video, get on Amazon, and buy this book. Alright, just do it. The Essential Mystics, which is just a collection of writings on mysticism, and ironically enough, the next book is Rational Mysticism by John Horgan. I actually interviewed this author, for a website that I built a while back. I'll put that in the down bar if you're interested. But John Horgan's, he's really cool. He's very down to earth. The Black Arts by Richard Cavendish. I have this because it's more of a historical-ish account of fucking everything in regard to occultism. So yeah, Black Arts, it's meh, it's fun. Joseph Campbell, again. The Hero with 1,000 Faces. This goes through the hero's archetypal journey of descent into the underworld, rebirth. It sheds a lot of light on the Wiccan idea of the cyclical year. And it's really cool. I like it a lot. So, I recommend this to a lot of people. Alright. And finally, Pagan Theology. Michael York. Paganism as a World Religion. Read it. And that's it! Oh my gosh. Alright, so, guys. I did finish reading Strangers, Gods, and Monsters by Richard Kearney. This book is going to be really difficult to review. Bottom line is, this book is... I wish I hadn't used phenomenal so many times in explaining and describing other books, because this book is phenomenal. It's fantastic. I think everybody needs to read this book. So I'm going to be working on the video to review this book. And yeah, keep tuned. Keep watching for that. I don't know. We're going to figure something out, because everybody needs to hear about this book. And if you don't have time to read it, leave it up to me, and I will do it for you. Alright, so I already have done it for you. And I will tell you about the honest-to-gospel goodness of Strangers, Gods, and Monsters. Alright guys, thank you so much for listening to me ramble and talk about all of my books, my library, my exterior self. I do have this bottom shelf that I didn't touch, but real quick, those are comics, those are paperback fantasy novels, those are notebooks, and that is the complete fiction of H.P. Lovecraft. So, again, thank you so much for watching. As always, a like is appreciated, a subscription is even more so, and I will get started on that review of Strangers, Gods, and Monsters. Alright, as always, thank you so much. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again.